everybody. Hey, everyone. Good afternoon. It is 1:08 in the Bronx, New York. A cloudy day. I just wanted to come up here and say hello to my beautiful supporters and let everyone know I'm doing okay. It's been not that long, but it's been a few weeks since I've been live. Just checking in to see how everyone is doing and share a couple of thoughts that I might have that's going on in the world. This is a current events platform station channel. We talk about relationships, but we do talk about other topics and discussions. And Diddy trial is going on. I have been not tuned in like religiously, but I have been, listening in, taking notes, making my own observations and drawing my own perspective and not jumping to conclusions, but at least trying to analyze. I'm just going to say this from the top. I am not in any shape, form, or fashion support Diddy. I am completely biased towards him. I have complete prejudice towards him. My thoughts on the case is that he is a horrible, disgusting, despicable person. He doesn't hide that. He does not hide that he's a disgusting, despicable person. It goes to show, like, before Cassie even entered his life, he was like that. Maybe he was just born like that, and his mother didn't take the steps to make sure or ensure that Diddy would have a decent life. But that's not where we at right now. We're talking about the case. So a lot of the crazy shit is that I do a relationship channel and I speak about relationships, and Diddy was involved in a relationship with Cassie for over 10 years, and the relationship that she was involved in was absolutely scary and heinous and abusive. And I guess my point is, like, Bronx girl, so what's your point? My point is that you see the men that are sitting here standing up, rooting for Diddy, protesting for him. Hey, Lasagna, how are you? I'm not going to be here long. I just wanted to warm up my platform for a moment on this side of YouTube. It's not easy, but I'm here talking shit. I know that yeah, I have to be here for. I'm gonna log off around 1:30. So if whoever's listening, just sit back and relax. I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna look at the comments every so often, but I just wanted to go into detail about how I feel about the case, where I stand on the case. I'm 100. I'm not gonna say I'm 100% behind Cassie. I'm not gonna say Cassie is 100% correct and accurate in her statements and her testimony. I'm not here to do that. I'm just here to provide a different perspective on how men of today, and of course the women that don't have the same uh insight and perspective as me, will take this the way I present it. They were just jumped, and I'm talking about the women because the women are also coming to Diddy's defense, saying that hey, I'm popular. Those men that are sticking up for Diddy is sick. They are sick. Lasadia, very much sick. Hi, I'm popping it, Ellen. Hi, how are you, Shepherd Poppy? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. They are sick. They're like, yo, Cassie she wasn't a victim. She was a freak. Like, they was listing everything that Cassie did as a freak, right? But if you look at it with an open eye or an open mind, you would definitely see that Diddy is a predator. Diddy is a monster. And you know why I am so confident to say that and say this before my listeners is because that's what he is. That's what he present himself. I mean, he has children that speak lovely of him because those are his children, right? That does not make him less of a sicko or a predator or a freaking psychopath that is allowed to live in the world amongst us. There are a lot of psychopaths, a lot of predators that live in our society that do not do half of the things that this man is on trial for, because they have some sort of discipline amongst themselves, right? This video may get demonetized because of my language that I am using, so that's why I'm going to take it a little bit easy. But to be fair, I just want everyone to know across the board, I am not here to take up for Diddy. I am not on his side. I have never really liked him like that. I always thought it was something wrong with him, something deceitful about him. He appears that way. He wears sunglasses and indoors all the time. He just present himself as a less of a human being. People will say, well, he's still a human being. I don't have to honor him as a human being. Maybe he is less than a human, right? But the thing is, the men that's coming taking up for Diddy, talking about like, oh, well, Cassie could have left. Of course she could have left. She did try to leave. Now, if anyone knows any type of knowledge or have any information on when you are involved, and I'm not speaking from a personal experience, I'm just speaking on knowledge and information that I have read about, just women that are in abusive relationships, that it takes them at least 7 to 10 tries before they leave completely. Every time she left, he came back. I mean, the abuse that she endured, and then I know a lot of people like to use that word endure. I'm not enduring suffering from anyone. Sorry, I'm not going to endure any type of suffering from anyone and any human being. I'm not bowing down to nobody. I'm not honoring, I'm not worshiping anyone. And in this case, it sounds like Cassie was made to believe that she had to worship and honor and bow down to Diddy because he was her superior and he had the funds, the money, the leverage, and the power over her, which he used excessively and to the best of his ability. Now, I'm going to say, oh, Cassie is so innocent. Cassie was not so aware of what she was in for, because she did say that she did love Diddy. I don't understand what type of love that he showed her, that she was in love with him. That's for her to decipher, and for her to, I guess, for her personal mind. I don't know. I'm sorry, Cassie. There's too many men out there that's way better than Diddy, that look way better than him, that has just as much money as him, that would have treated you much better. So I'm not going to sit here and judge her. I'm judging Diddy, but I'm not judging Cassie. And people may say, well, why would you judge Diddy and not Cassie? Because I don't like Diddy. He's a creep. He showed over and over again how much of a creep he is and how much a creep he appears to be. Now, I don't want to get into the gory, gross details, because that's not what I am here for, to get into the gory, gross details of what they two grown adults did amongst themselves and others. But I am here to at least slay Diddy in a way where I will make a lot of men mad and hate themselves and hate me too. Like, I feel like men nowadays are so sick and so okay, so if we're going to talk about Diddy and Shannon Sharp, those are two defiled men, spoiled men. Those are two rotten men that I don't know what woman will find them attractive after all that has been brought against them. Now, if you want to get into the technicals, or be technical and say, well, what is your point? What are you trying to get at? Like most men like Diddy that sit up there and portray this role of a masculine, strong black man, the black man that's being persecuted because of the color of my skin and the choices that they make, is absolutely bogus. I judge Diddy from a biblical perspective, right? Because it was said that he was reading the Bible in court. That's something that men do, black men, and I'm not saying black men in particular, but when they don't have no backup, when they don't have nowhere to run, when they are in a world full of trouble, that's where they start, is with the Bible. In the Bible, it talks about all this. acts and behaviors that these men today pursue. And it's not even about, and when I say biblical perspective, I'm talking about the judgment. How men like Diddy and Shannon Sharp think that women are beneath them, that they are inferior to them, towards them. I mean, inferior. How women don't and shouldn't have a say so. How they don't view women as human beings, that they view women, such as myself, any other woman that has uh, genital parts of a woman, and I'm talking about the biological sense, how they demean and degrade women, how they show no respect for women. Diddy and Shannon Sharp, because Shannon Sharp was the latest. He's a creep too. I'm sorry. And then I just don't understand the black community, how they are so quick to say that, oh, we told Shannon not to mess with those white girls. So you mean to tell me that the same behaviors that Shannon Sharp inflicted upon a 19-year-old baby, white girl, youth, is the same behaviors that he should have inflicted upon an older black woman? The black woman should endure the bullshit from Shannon Sharp also, because she's black and because she won't be the one to like kiss and tell. Hey, Bronx and chat, you not down at the courthouse following the trial? No. I should have went down there, but it's like so crowded down there. Like I could have went down there. That would have been like, oh my goodness. You put an idea in my head. I think it's sad and sickening the way Cassie was treated, beaten on little frail woman is insane. No man have the right to hit. Exactly. You see how small she is? In the video that they played of Diddy kicking her, stomping her, dragging her, pulling her hair in the hallway. That is something that I like. I know a lot of people like to use the word demon. Now, if a demon existed, Diddy is the demon. He's a complete demon. And you're right, a frail, that is so true. She's very small. He's like, what, like 6 foot, 220 pounds? I'm on the computer right now. I apologize, everyone. Yes, and his children in court listening, and I was hearing that the two, some of his well, excuse me, his daughters walked out because, see, listen, I don't care if you my father or not. I don't care how much you treat me better than the next person. If I had a dad like that did this to women or anybody else, I would just completely disown him. Cassie said that she tried to fight back, but then she gave up and did not fight back because he would become so enraged and become so violent and so volatile and hostile and angry and just a monster that she just endured. So when you hear people say, oh, endure, they want you to endure suffering. No woman alive walking this earth should endure any pain or suffering from another man, because that's what's expected of them. Now, when I see people, and sometimes, hell, who knows what goes on in their house, and they probably have to be there or have their own money. Right. And you know what else is so sad? That women are coming and saying the same thing about Cassie. Oh, she's not a victim. She's a freak. She could have left. Like these women that we put to the side and just completely ignore and know that they have no knowledge, they have no information about abuse, how abuse works. First, and when I say I take it from a biblical perspective, is because, like, it's not like I'm comparing the Bible to what Diddy did. But some men, and I know this from observation and knowledge and just experience, that some men will harm a woman with the hopes of being forgiven by their God. It's like, oh, well, I could commit this act, I could commit this offense, I could commit this heinous crime. I won't get caught because of my money, but if I pray and ask God for forgiveness, I will be forgiven. It would be looked up. It would. I would not have to suffer or go to hell for it. As a woman and a mother, my heart goes out to Cassie and them kids. Yeah, right. And it's like now she's pregnant. She's in a whole different relationship, married to a man that's supporting her and still love her and want to help her and protect her. But then you have a man like Diddy that sit there and abuse women in the most heinous way, that abuse women to the fact, and not just Diddy. He's not by himself. There are lots of other men out here like this that do the same acts upon women, but they just don't get caught. Diddy was just a little bit, burnt his bridges a little bit too far. He got too big for his own bridges. He didn't think he would be like now a peasant, which he is a peasant. He is a peasant in the courtroom looking for sympathy from the world. Can you imagine what Kim Porter went through? Of course, I think right, and you know what? I think Cassie said that, or it's been said that Cassie and Diddy and Kim Porter, they were all in a relationship at the same time. I don't think that this is some new behavior from Diddy. I think this has been ongoing. He has a history of being brutal, disrespectful, nasty, hateful towards women. My theory on Diddy and men like him is I'm not going to jump to say, oh, because he was involved, may have been involved, or he may be bisexual. That's not the point. I think men like Diddy and Shannon Sharp and so on and so on repress their sexuality. There's no way that a man that love women and enjoy women, the company of a woman, would beat the crap out of any woman, hurt any woman of this nature. You know what I mean? Like, you heard the new victim of Diddy saying she raped her and he had a what? No, I didn't hear that one. Yeah, because the case is still ongoing. But what I gather from with Diddy, with men like Diddy, like Shannon Sharp, the same pattern of behavior, aggressive and abusive, and violent and hostile, that they repress their sexuality, right? I believe that Diddy and and men like Shannon Sharp and Theory are not just bisexual, but gay, right? Because there's no way that you hate women that much that you would have to stomp her, beat her, grape her, assault her, watch her get raped and assaulted by other people, or watch like it's just sad, and you know that if it's they trying to get him on other charges, not him beating Cassie or being in a violent relationship with Cassie. They trying to get him on I believe sex trafficking and a RICO charge, but this just plays into it, and I believe deep down that he is like probably a pimp, right? That he has the money to do whatever he want to do, but they're going to try to play it off as like, oh, we're grown consenting adults, we could do what we want to do even if that hurts or harms someone. We all consented to be hurted and harmed. No, they took things a little bit too far, and it was out of their control. It came out yesterday 50 Cent was clowning him because the victims said he have a good Tootsie Roll. Oh yeah, I saw. Oh shit. I didn't hear 50 Cent was clowning him, but I I think I on YouTube I was seeing a video that they was talking about he had a little pee, and that probably, like, if you a big man like that, and I'm here to diss men that need to be dissed about their whole appearance and aesthetics, because there are men that sit there and drag women through the dirt and mud just for her running to be who she want to be and appear who she want to appear to be, like getting a BBL or breast implants or wearing weaves or wigs, stuff like that, or changing or altering her appearance. But I'm going to say this for the record for all women. Like if I was a woman that dated Diddy and he had a lot of money and he became angry and hostile and aggressive towards me, and then when it was time for him to perform the act and he had this Tootsie Roll, that would have been a deal breaker for me. I'm sorry. That would have been enough reason. Like, nah, you're not going to be sitting here, physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually abusing me, and then you are falling short in your pants, right? A lot of men that lack length and girth do have a lot of anger and aggression towards women. That does not make it right for them to hurt or harm any woman because they have some type of insecurity. But that's just a joke about because I probably, I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and endure you doing all these bullshit to me and then you are fall short in your pants, or you're not even hanging, or it's not even enough for me to handle. Sorry. But what I gather and what I think, and I personally feel the type of person that he is, and him, and judging him from a biblical perspective, when women in the Bible were treated unjustly. There were many injustices against women in the Bible. And I have heard men today use the word endure. I hear the word submit. I hear the word um, the head, the leader, right? All the things that these abusive men do and take and make as an excuse. Them thinking that it's okay for them to uh, physically assault a woman, right? Because they may be angry, they may be mad, they may be aggressive at the time, and then sit there and say, well, the only person that could judge me is God, and thinking they could get away with it, and they just read scriptures and it'd be okay because they find comfort in the Bible. And I know men that have done this, not to me personally, but it has been an incident where, you meet a guy and he say, oh, I fear God. And then you say you fear God, but you still committing heinous acts or heinous crimes against women or against just humans in general. You do all this because you think you're going to be forgiven by God, but you could escape the law, the justice law, right? Not the law of the Bible, but the law, the justice. You don't feel like you have to be served justice for your behavior. And Diddy is a prime example of his behavior. And yes, I'm going to continue to say that any man that has is a monster like Diddy, he would, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, he would do the same hideous, heinous acts. And the only thing that I don't know if it came out in court or if Diddy was bisexual or gay, but the only thing I heard was he just watched Cassie engage or interact with other men, that he got off on that and that he was okay with it and he approved of it. On the first day of the trial, they said Diddy was reading. Yeah, that's where I was like, that's where, and so be it, and that's where it put things in perspective that he's reading the Bible, like that's supposed to deter or influence the jury. They should just know that it's a prop. He's using that Bible as a prop, because like everyone who reads the Bible, whether you're Christian, atheist, whoever, everyone cherry picks the Bible, right? So Diddy is sitting there cherry picking verses of the Bible, thinking that it's going to bring him comfort, thinking that that's a guide, thinking that it's going to determine the outcome and how you say it, the determination of the trial, the outcome of the trial, the decisions that the jury has to make. That should not influence or deter the jury. It should just be brought there and looked at as a prop, because there's no way that Diddy know the Bible. And if he do, he probably read the Old Testament, where there are injustices against women in the Bible. And this is not about the Bible. It's just talking from a biblical perspective as far as judgment. Men thinking that they were born kings, and that they are leaders, and that they are above women, and that women are beneath them. The fact that Diddy is like a big freaking stalk, and Cassie is like a bean to him, and he was stomping her, kicking her, dragging her, pulling her hair, giving her black eyes, bruises, just doing all types of stuff. He's a coward. That's what he is. The only reason why, I mean, I don't know if people took him on one. Of course, they probably did. But he has the money and the power and the manpower to just snap his finger and get what he wants. Why is it that he's still in jail if he's so, he now he realized that he's not so powerful. Now he realizes, I guess, that listen, you can't commit all these acts and don't expect not to pay for your disgusting behavior towards another human being. How dare you wake up one day and say, I want to read the Bible because the Bible have give me guidance. The Bible give me comfort. But the Bible is the truth. The Bible, no. You misreading the Bible. You reading it for your own guilty pleasures. Right? Men, Diddy trying to control stuff. Oh yeah, I like her. I really like her. I was watching her. She's been covering the trial. Don't Do Me. Diddy trying to control stuff. Tisa Tell said he was looking at Cassie, trying to intimidate her, and wanted her husband removed from the court. Yeah. I think I was watching her early. I've been watching her from for the last couple of days. She been in New York. She looked real nice. Like I watched her before when she used to do the Avatar, and then when she came out from her Avatar, I was like, oh, Tisa Tells. Like her audience love her and support her a lot. And she is bringing. And she was crying yesterday because of the details that were being brought out against in the trial, and what was said, and Cassie being like 9 months pregnant, I think 38 weeks pregnant, I believe. So she's about ready to give birth, and she's still upholding her end of the bargain and making sure that justice is done. Shout out to Tisa Tells. And Diddy is a coward. He is a monster. So and I'm gonna end it like this because I said 1:30. If you go down there, you can meet I know, I'm so scared. It's gonna be so. Oh my goodness. You know why? I would have to get a great start out to go after I drop off Zachary. And just go down there and just be in the midst of it. And Tisa Tells is really not really friendly, but she's polite and she's courteous, so she'll say hi. Maybe I could get a picture with her and post it on my wall. But yeah, I said I was going to end at 1:30. I'm going to end that. All I'm saying is that men that's rooting for and protesting and pumping their fists for Diddy, saying that you should go. That would be a great. I would. Oh, I know. This is so scary. All the encouragement is so scary. I'll think about it because this is going to be an ongoing trial. One day I'm going to get up and just go. So my point is to the men that's out there politicking, protesting, pumping their fists, encouraging and supporting Diddy. You men are sick as fuck. If you think what Diddy did was a freak off and no abuse and no it's not abusive, it's not harmful, it's not hurtful, it's not inhumane, it's not immoral. You don't think none of that applies to Diddy? You think it's just him being a freak? You don't think that man is a sick predator that lies in the bushes? You don't think that man is a sick psychopath? The only thing he didn't do that we surprised is like harm his own children. And we don't know that. And the women too, y'all are sick too. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm just letting you know. You women are sick as fuck that defend Diddy and go against Cassie. You just sick. I'm pretty sure that you would not even endure half of the stuff that Cassie did. No, you would. You it would be a wrap for you. You probably be 6 feet under because you wouldn't be able to take that. You would probably be like embarrassed and ashamed and riddled with guilt. Them kids was on the yachts with that freak, so who knows they, what they saw me as a freak. Exactly. Having them freak off people who held up for hours and hours. Oh, that is crazy. I mean, like, I'll end it like this. Everyone is an adult, and people are entitled to do whatever they want to do as long as they wasn't hurting or harming anyone. But this took it to a treacherous land. This was treacherous behavior, vicious behavior, and this was not. He wasn't in it alone, but he had one particular target for 10 years, and the particular target was like way younger than him, 20 years younger than him. He groomed a child. He abused a child from the time this, and when I say child, I mean youth. 19 is considered youth, and he was in his 30s, and he thought he was doing something. He didn't even make sure that she had a blossoming career. She was under his thumb for 11, 10 years. That is what you call a SLAVE. I'm sorry. Then use the videos to blackmail a lot of them people. Oh yeah, that's what she was scared of, Cassie. She didn't want to be she feared that she would be blackmailed, so she got ahead of the game, which she should have done. In this era, 4 years of Trump, stay away from men. Trump being in office give the men the courage and support to think that they could just disrespect women and hurt and harm women. Stay away from men. You don't have to like completely ignore them or write them off, but stay away from them. It's not a good time to be around them. But with that, I will definitely continue and see that video. That video one of the sex workers had was brilliant of him. I want to. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back into the files because I was hearing some here and there. I was watching Tisa Tells because I feel like she is live and direct, and she get her point across. So I'm gonna go do some review and come back. But oh my goodness, don't do me. I appreciate you, coming in the chat and giving your insight and perspective. And I would like to just thank anyone and everyone who listened for a few minutes, for a few seconds, for a few moments. Thank you. We'll see each other again, and I hope everyone have a great day. Thank you. Don't do me. Have a good day. Okay, I'll see you then. I'll be back when I see you live. Thank you. Don't do me. I appreciate you.